B Smitty for dabbing pleasure.
B Smitty lurkers. I'm gonna try not to adjust the audio volumes. I know yesterday's was a little bit louder because I actually have a fancy microphone stand here, so I'm pretty excited on it. So now when I make my other videos with things on the table, it'll be a bit easier. So yeah, so this is kind of my thoughts, my response on yesterday's, the whole thing with YouTube and the pulling the rug and all the small creators. And I've had a lot more time to think about it since it happened the night before, and it just with it being a pretty busy day and trying to make a video about it, I had more time to think. I actually watched plenty of other creators talk about it, and it is kind of discouraging, after thinking about it. There's I seen a video where someone had it was about like 2,000 subscribers, but they, with only getting like 40,000 minutes, and you need 4,000 hours of view time. They also were out of the program as well, and there's still some confusion of what you can do and not do once that program is done. A channel like mine, I only have, I think there's 159 or 158 subscribers right now, and I had about 90,000 view minutes. So, yeah, so the engagement, it didn't really matter if you had high subscribers, low views, or low subscribers, high views, or view minutes. It is what it is. They made the things, and that's the way it was. And I think that's the biggest controversy of the whole thing, is that they didn't just start it with new users. It didn't matter if there was users that was there from day one that's continued with the content and had, it is kind of interesting because there's creators that make just a few videos a year, but they spend a lot of time doing it. So, they could end up getting, 3,000 hours of views off of just one video, but they're out. So it's kind of interesting. I've talked a bunch about it yesterday. It's over a 20-minute video, so I'm not going to go too far into that. My thing is moving forward, and kind of what I'm going to do from here. I think the greatest video I saw on it was from DeFranco. It made the most sense. It's an obvious thing. It's a thing I've done before. Or mentioned before, because it's always been available. I've always had t-shirts, I've always had hoodies, hats. If you go to my website, there's a shop button, so it's bsmitty.com/shop. I have everything from shirts, hats, mugs, and that type of thing. I've never really pushed it. I've mentioned it when it first started, and maybe a few times since on YouTube, but not many times at all. I've always used YouTube just to kind of focus on just creating content and engagement and that type of thing. And so from there, he was talking about Patreon, and I've always had a Patreon, and I had it on my website for a quick minute last year. That was actually a thing I did last year when my YouTube got was the whole problem last year. But I soon took it down because I was not too sure about it. I was kind of like wondering if it was kind of weird to do, to kind of have people who enjoyed my work contribute. But after I listened to them, it kind of makes sense, with YouTube and what small creators like me, when we get basically money that covers a website or something like that, not so substantial. We're not paying like actual like life bills, but it does cost money to run a website, and it's nice when that's taken care of when you're doing something you enjoy doing. And so I kind of thought about that more. It's like, okay, yeah, they pulled the rug from us. That's gone, obviously. So what do we do now? What can we do to move forward? Or to me, actually, watching that video, it was strange because like I wasn't too upset about it. With my video yesterday, I kind of talked about, for me, it's just, I cared about the tools using within YouTube as a partner, and so far it's actually kind of fuzzy on what's going to happen. But thinking more of it, and that video I watched kind of got me a bit excited because the money from YouTube making these videos and that type of thing, is coming from like insurance advertisements to you, car advertisements, just anything random that they show to your face while you're watching our videos. And I think it's interesting to think about. It's like, well, would it be worth to someone to spend a couple bucks a month and not have advertisements on my videos? And it's kind of interesting. And obviously, you don't have to do that. It's an option if you feel like doing, to kind of help, contribute to the life of being a creative person on the internet. It's kind of silly. And that's why last year I kind of took it down. But at the same time, I get it. You know what I mean? It it does make sense. You know what I mean? If we're all, the smaller creators, there isn't much there anyways. And so if our community, or however you want to call it, enjoys our work and wants to just help support, it kind of makes sense now, especially after watching that. It's kind of put a little bit of you know it made me think more into it, if it is kind of a lame thing to do. And I don't think it's lame, because it's definitely optional. I mean, you're gonna get all of my content whether you contribute or not. So I set up a Patreon. I had one set up, but I actually went into and made it proper. There's no post on it as of now, but this video will probably be the first post there. And it's a minimum requirement is $2, and that's just a monthly thing. You can always stop. I know Patreon takes a percentage, so I end up with $1 something, like $1.70. I don't even know. I didn't look into it. I knew there was a big controversy with Patreon a month or two ago about taking too much money, so they switched it. But yeah, I mean, majority of it. I mean, it might be 5 cents that they take. So I mean, it's I don't think it's much. Just to kind of be transparent with that. So obviously, Patreon is a business, so they need to get their end as well. So that's the option. There's other tiers as well. Like I think the $5 one. I do a little bit of kind of. To me, I feel like if you're contributing, the $2 one is just kind of like, to me, it's showing some love, and it's like, I totally 100% appreciate it, because that's more money than I make on like one video uh, in a month. Except a few of them do more than that, and that's kind of like the whole argument with the small channels, is that, yeah, there's not a bunch of money being made on one video, but all the videos do add up. But uh, so if you do $5 a month, I'll put your name and Instagram handle on my website, so it'll always be there when you go over to the website on the side. I think that's where I'll be able to put it. I'll get that figured out. And then if you do $10, same thing, name, Instagram handle on my website, and then I'll do every single blog post. So no matter where someone's scrolling, where they're at, your name and Instagram handle will be there. And then I have $25. So same two, and then I also do name and Instagram handle on every YouTube description below. So if you're helping my work, I want to help promote you. So I feel like it kind of makes sense. I want to, because a lot of people will do something where they like, will. I looked at Patreon a little bit. A lot of it's like a live stream for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes a month. I mean that's cool or whatever, but I feel like you're helping my work, so I just want to promote you. You know what I mean? And if you don't want your name and Instagram handle, and you want to do 5 or 10 or something, just shoot me an email, or send me a message wherever, comment or whatever, and yeah, we'll get that squared away, because I know some people might not want that as well, if they have like a private Instagram account or whatever, or if you just want your name, we could just do that as well. So definitely work with you on that kind of stuff too. So yeah, that's kind of what I have set up right now. I just have those tiers set up. So like I said, it's just kind of working. It's like something for both of us at the same time. So that's set up, and I've always had the beastmania.com/shop, and then what I've actually started a few months ago. I think it might have been more than a few months ago. It might have been like 4 months ago. It's I think I made a video about it too. It's the Beast Media Print Club. So this is another monthly thing. It's $15 a month, and it's for USA only. And it's every month I'll mail you a print, signed, dated on the back. And so yeah, I mean, it's something you'll actually receive every month. So that's something you might want to do other than Patreon. If you don't want to do Patreon, that's just another option that's already been there and it's still up. So that's another option for you. And there's a year package on there as well. So definitely check that out if you're interested in something like that. So it's kind of a, for me, it's kind of a interesting video to make, because I've never really pushed something like this, and I'm not even pushing it. So it's definitely optional. It all of like, obviously besides like the percentages, to Patreon, all of it is going to what I'm doing now. And so I mean, yeah, it's I'm actually kind of, I'm kind of actually excited about this, to be honest. Even though, like I said, it's optional. I don't have. You're not gonna have, for like a longer video of mine, you're not gonna have, multiple ads shown throughout a video and stuff like that. It's just gonna be, you can watch a video, you can consume my content wherever you're at, and not be shown commercials. Um, and you can help contribute to that or not, and that's what's kind of cool. You know what I mean? I think it's more of a, old school kind of way. I think it's more like, our own community, our own thing moving forward, and I'm into that. I think it's kind of cool, and um, it it does. I think it kind of gives me hope in a weird way from my own stuff, because the video I posted the other day, and I mentioned it in yesterday's video about, having your own website, how important it is for things like this. Like Instagram could say tomorrow that it costs X amount of dollars a month to use, and a lot of people will be real upset about that. And that's just that they can do that. They can do whatever they want. You know what I mean? They're not going to do that. All Instagram's going to do is show you more ads, while you're scrolling through your feed. But like, they can do those types of things. They can make any rules. They can do anything. I mean, YouTube tomorrow can say whatever they want, and that's just the way it is. Facebook can say whatever. They can say it costs money to use it, or you can't post links anymore outside of Facebook. I mean, they could do whatever they want. So this is also another thing that, us us together, we can do whatever. Yeah, I can just focus on that, instead of like having dentist commercials or insurance commercials thrown in your face throughout a video. I could talk about my own things I'm doing, whether it's this awesome camera hat that's available, or sweatshirts or prints or the print club. Talk about more about that within the video. So it's all around my own world and the world you're watching of, photography and the creative process and just what I'm into. So you're not being like, just, oh wow, I'm watching the a commercial to something they've showed me already 5 times, trying to get you to buy insurance. So it's something that if you're into watching this, it's something that you'll probably be, not obviously, like I said, it's optional. So it's something that's watchable, where I'm talking about my own thing still. So with that being said, I think that's just kind of like my response to, yesterday, and my own video yesterday, and watching other creators' videos. And I think it is great advice from Philip DeFranco. I think it's obvious advice. I think it's something that, we've all thought about or done in a small way, but have focused just on YouTube. And I think rightfully so. I think it made sense for me to not really push a lot of stuff while I was trying to do what I was doing, and trying to just, grow and, gain more engagement with my own viewers. But at the same time, like I said, it's just like, we're promoting our own thing, and the biggest channels actually still do that. And I think that's also a good reminder. I mean, the biggest following, of people in the world, I mean, majority of their time they're showing stuff as ads. They're getting paid to show it. So it's, a micro level of that. I think it's, a good thing. It's obviously going straight to the creator, because YouTube is definitely making way more money off of creators than the creators are making. So this is I think a better way, especially for small creators like myself. If I could talk, I think that's a good sign to end this video. So thank you very much again. Your your just engagement with watching this is, means a lot to me. I love the creative process, and I'm going to continue to do it like always. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys soon.